Ibimi 33F now, HR lead at some rocket ship fintech, living the girl boss fantasy. Apparently shoebox apartment in Austin's East Side. Rent is a war crime, but the lighting is cute. Plants everywhere, mostly stuff that survives. Neglect, motivational posters. About breaking ceilings and taking seats at tables. Drive a white Model Y, because vibes and optics and job title says People Ops Director. Real job is daycare for 160 adult men who think they're demigods because they can write Python. Company is like 80-something% male. Engineering, sales, product, all hoodie dudes and Patagonia bros. It grinds you down. Open office is non-stop chaos. Sales team smacking a stupid bell every time they close a deal. Engineers having holy wars about Rust versus Go at jet engine volume. PMs explaining roadmaps like they invented calendars to the three women in design. Sit in my glass fishbowl office and just watch it happen. Feels like a frat house that accidentally got a Series A. Tell myself I'm the culture architect. Not just HR, it's civilization. I'm here to domesticate the barbarians. Listen to podcasts on my commute about male volume as unspoken violence and spatial patriarchy and all that. It hits a little too hard, the way they sprawl in chairs, the way they talk over each other, the way they assume the room belongs to them. It's not just annoying, it's dominance behavior with a salary. Been tracking interruptions and meetings for months. Secret spreadsheet like I'm the FBI. Men cut women off like 70% of the time. Women preface everything with sorry like 90% of the time. Makes my jaw clench every time. Need something bigger than another DEI lunch and learn. They'll eat the free pizza and forget the slides before the grease cools. I want structural change, something that forces them to feel what we feel, that moment where your voice just vanishes. Monday morning, all hands, CEO. Tyler, up there doing the usual KPI sermon, classic tech founder, archetype, mid-30s, all birds, thinks he's half Elon, half therapist. Terrified of bad PR, which is basically my superpower. Q&A starts the junior dev. Lily raises her hand. She starts asking about work-life balance. Gets like 5 words in. Sales. VP Chad jumps in over her. Actually, on burn rate, starts yapping about enterprise accounts like he's the main character. Tyler instantly pivots to answer him. Doesn't even pretend to notice her hand. Lily slowly lowers it. Face goes blank, like she's used to it. Nobody reacts, but I saw it. That's the spark. Rest of the day, I'm basically vibrating with rage, walking around like a ghost, scribbling in my notebook. Write a header. Project Resonance. Idea? Create scarcity of male voices, so women's words stop getting treated like background noise. Force empathy through structure instead of begging for it. Come up with a policy that sounds harmless but hits like a hammer. Mindful Tuesdays, soft name, corporate friendly, smells like chamomile. Mandate is active listening and written communication excellence. Male employees observe 1 day of verbal silence, talking only allowed for critical emergencies. Everything else through Slack, email, Jira. Women have the floor. Women run meetings. Women speak without being bulldozed. It's elegant. It's disruptive. It's the kind of thing people write think pieces about. Schedule a one-on-one with Tyler late afternoon. Pitch it like I'm selling a feature, not a punishment. We're bleeding female talent, they feel unheard. This costs nothing, it's empathy training. Tyler's eyes go wide. Silence like, no talking. How does sales call clients? They can email or move calls to other days. Teaches prioritization. He starts sweating. Engineers need to collaborate. They already worship Slack. Tyler, they complain meetings kill deep work. This gives them focus time. Frame it as a productivity play. Use his own language against him. Say async optimization and deep work blocks. He twitches at the buzzwords, finally nods, slow and reluctant. Okay, as a pilot, 1 month, if output tanks, we kill it. Shake on it. Walk out feeling like I just signed something historic. Wednesday morning rollout. Send company-wide email. Subject, new initiative, Mindful Tuesdays, and the power of listening. Fill it with the thickest HR fog imaginable. Synergistic communication. asynchronous workflow alignment, decentering dominant narratives, the whole salad bar, bold the rules. Rule 1, every Tuesday is a silent reflection day for male-identifying staff. Rule 2, spoken communication reserved for women and absolute emergencies. Rule 3, meetings led exclusively by women. Rule 4, internal comms via Slack, text only. Hit send. Brace for impact. Slack lights up like a burning server. Rack, general channel, first. Confusion. Is this real? Is it April Fool's? Then the anger. How do I do code review like this? I have client demos every Tuesday. I reply in threads with cheerful little emojis. Great chance to practice documentation. Please reschedule demos to Wednesday or Thursday. Clients appreciate flexibility and thoughtful planning. Watch the salt pour in. Then there's a knock and my stomach drops. Henry enters, lead back-end engineer, absolute unit, 6'4" or something. Beard, stone face. Never seen him smile once. Built the core payment system. The one person Tyler is terrified of losing. He stops in my doorway, arms crossed, voice flat as a wall. Emma. Henry shows up in my doorway like a storm cloud. No greeting, just straight into it. He speaks like he's reading a status report. So you're excited about this? Because it's going to crater our velocity. I lean back in my chair like I'm on a podcast. It's 1 day a week, Henry. He shakes his head once, slow. It's not 1 day, it's a bottleneck. Then he starts explaining like I'm a junior dev. Verbal comms are high bandwidth. Typing is low bandwidth. You're throttling information flow on purpose. I smile like I'm listening to a toddler argue bedtime. Exactly. Equity. Maybe if you guys listened instead of shouting, you'd write cleaner code. He doesn't flinch, just stares at me. Not angry, more like calculating, like he's looking at a bug he can't patch, so he's planning a workaround. Then he says one line, define emergency. I wave a hand, joking. Fire, blood, or the server's fully dying. Anything else? Put it in a ticket. He nods once. Understood. Turns around and leaves. No rant, no tantrum, no dramatic confrontation. I'm weirdly annoyed. I wanted him to blow up so I could write him up for aggressive tone. Instead, he just accepted the constraints. Fine. Compliance is compliance, weekend before the first Tuesday. I go full campaign mode. Design little pin buttons that say Silent Alley. Order a tray of purple cupcakes for the kitchen. Make a whole poster about the power of listening, like it's a non-profit fundraiser. Feel like a general the night before battle. Text to my group chat. Tomorrow, I'm literally changing workplace history. The bros are not ready. My friends spam me with "Yas Queen," gifts and crowns, and clapping hands. Validation hits like a warm drink. Sunday night, I sleep like garbage. Brain running highlight reels. Imagining the office calm and airy. Women laughing, collaborating, filling the space. Men quietly working in the background, finally understanding where they belong. In my head, it's a utopia. First Tuesday arrives. I walk in around 8:15. Normally the place is already a zoo. Coffee grinder screaming. People yelling across desks about sports, crypto, whatever new scam they love. Today, it's like someone hit mute on the whole building. Church silence, honestly unsettling. I walk through the engineering area, like 30 dudes at their stations. Headphones on, typing, just nonstop. Key clacks, clack, 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 clack. Sounds like a swarm of metal insects. Pass Henry's desk. He doesn't even glance up. He has a Silent Ally button stuck on his monitor. But it's upside down, little act of petty rebellion. I file it away. Go to the kitchen, line at the espresso machine. Usually it's peak bro. Social hour. Today the men stand there staring at their phones. No eye contact, no banter, like NPCs waiting for a prompt. 2 women at the table, Lily and another dev, Sarah. Lily sees me and actually speaks. Hey, Emma. Her voice echoes in the dead quiet. Heads swivel for half a second. Then they all pretend they didn't hear anything. I keep my tone bright. Hey, how's it feeling? Sarah shrugs, half smiling. It's weird, but I can actually hear myself think. My face lights up. Yes, enjoy the space. It's yours. Then Toby drifts over. Toby from marketing. Classic performative male feminist. Always retweeting my posts about equity. Always trying to be one of the girls. He waves like he's directing airport traffic. Points at his mouth, then gives an enthusiastic thumbs up. Pulls a tiny notepad out like he planned this. Writes, "Loving the energy today, ladies." Shows it to us with this desperate grin. I give him the tightest smile I own. "Thanks, Toby. You can go sit down." He nods like I just knighted him, shuffles away. Even the allies are exhausting, but at least he's quiet. 10 a.m., engineering stand-up. I stand off to the side to observe. Usually, Henry runs it like a machine. Today, Sarah has to lead. She looks like someone shoved her onto a stage with no script. Team forms the little scrum circle. Henry, a handful of seniors, 2 juniors. Sarah grips the marker like it's a weapon. "Okay, ticket 512. She looks straight at Henry for confirmation. Henry just stares, no nod, no shake, no facial expression. Literal statue. Sarah's eyes start darting. Is that one done, Henry?" Henry pulls out his phone, starts typing. Everyone's pocket buzzes at the exact same time. Slack notification chorus. Henry message, 512 blocked by API v3 dependency. See Jira, comment number 28. Sarah checks her phone, swallows. "Okay, right. Ticket 517. Ping. Henry message, completed. Push to staging. The rhythm is torture. She speaks. Pause while he types. Everyone reads, she speaks again. A meeting that should be 10 minutes turns into like 40. By the end, Sarah looks drained. "Okay, thanks everyone." She exhales like she ran a mile. The men scatter instantly. No goodbye, just dissolve back into desks. I walk up like I'm giving a medal. "Great job leading, Sarah." She looks at me with dead tired eyes. "Emma, that was awful. It took forever. I felt like I was talking to drywall." I keep my tone calm. "It takes adjustment. They're learning to yield. You're doing fine?" She just rubs her forehead. Lunch hits. I go to the cafeteria. The vibe is segregated by behavior. Women sitting together, actually talking, mostly whispering about how bizarre everything feels. Men scattered like dropped marbles, some eating at their desks even though it's against policy. I let it slide because I'm too busy watching the experiment. Others sitting alone, scrolling Reddit with the intensity of prayer. Spot Chad, VP of Sales, eating a salad like he's punishing it. Jaw working fast, angry. I sit across from him. "Hey Chad, enjoying the piece?" He looks up and points at his ear. AirPods in, taps his watch like he's on a timer. Pulls out his phone and types at me. Message pops up. "Can't talk. Mindful Tuesday." Then another. "Also lost a lead because I couldn't call them back within 5 minutes. Hope the silence is worth 60K. I feel this sharp defensive flare in my chest. I say it out loud anyway. "You could have emailed and explained the situation." He types again immediately. "I did." They replied, "Is your phone broken? Call me now or I'm going to your competitor." I didn't call. They went to your competitor. Then he looks up and smiles. Not friendly, shark smile. He's waiting for me to crack. He's fishing for me to say, "Fine, make the call," like he's dangling the bait right in front of my face. But I can't. If I carve out an exception for sales, engineering will demand one, then product, then it's just Mindful Tuesdays for the interns and nobody else. Whole thing collapses. I keep my smile glued on. We'll make the money back. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. He lifts one eyebrow like I just told him. I believe in horoscopes. Goes back to stabbing his salad. I walk away with this gross, unsettled feeling in my stomach. He burned like 60 grand just to prove he could. That's the whole sickness right there. Cutting off your own foot to win an argument. I label it toxic masculinity in my head, like I'm filing a report. And I promise myself I'm not letting them win. By 3 p.m., the office feels dead. Normally there's a buzz, little pockets of collaboration everywhere. Today, it's like finals week in a college library. Everyone looks miserable in the same quiet way. I pass a conference room where product and design are doing a review. Lead designer is a woman, Priya. She's presenting wireframes on the screen. 4 male devs sitting there like stone statues. Priya points at a CTA. "What do we think about this button placement?" "Too aggressive." Silence. She waits a beat. Guys, feedback? All four of them start typing at the same time. Priya's phone explodes with Slack pings. She's trying to read 4 different messages mid-sentence. Okay. Ben says, move it left. Kyle says, keep it right, but change the color. Noah says, wait, Noah, what does that mean? Noah types again. Ping. Priya squints. Oh, okay. But if we do that, does it break mobile? More typing. More pings. Priya throws her hands up. Oh my God, can someone just draw it? One of the guys, Kyle, stands up, walks to the whiteboard without a word, picks up a marker, draws a giant X right over the button. Sketch, sits back down like he just made art. Priya exhales, defeated. Okay, fine, we'll scrap it. Her shoulders slump. I step in, doing my best corporate smile. Great collaboration, team. Really thoughtful feedback. Priya looks at me like I just slapped her. Emma, this is taking 3 times as long. I can't iterate like this. I go into spin mode automatically. It encourages precision. And Priya, it's a good reminder to think before you speak, or type. She rubs her temples like she's fighting a migraine. Sure, Wednesday hits, the hangover day, ban is lifted. I'm expecting the office to snap back to normal volume. Gongs yelling, bro comedy, all of it, but it doesn't. It's quieter than usual, not peaceful, quieter, cold, quieter. I walk into the sales pit and chirp. Good morning. A couple guys mumble, morning without looking up, like I'm a receptionist they don't want to acknowledge. Mark doesn't even glance at me. The mood shifted overnight from annoyed to distant. Later, I get an email from Evan. Subject line, Tuesday revenue. Body is short. Emma, sales were down. Dow's 35% yesterday. Mark says his hands were tied. We need to talk. I fire back fast. Normal teething problems. They're protesting the change. Give it another week. They'll adapt. Then I spend the rest of the day avoiding Evan like he's a debt collector, and I start noticing something else. The men stop talking to me, like, completely. Normally they'd wander into HR for benefits questions, vacation days, random chatter. Now, nothing. Everything comes through email, formal, sterile emails. Dear Emma, per the handbook, I am requesting PTO for the dates listed below. No emojis, no joking, no, hey, quick question. Just ice-cold professionalism. It feels creepy, but I tell myself it's fine. Boundaries, professionalism, respect. Week 2 and week 3 feel like trench warfare. Second Tuesday is worse than the first. Novelty is gone. Now it's just a grind. I try to rally the women with this women in leadership lunch. 20 women around a table with catered salads. I do my little facilitator voice. Okay, how are we feeling? Silence. Real silence, not policy silence. Finally, Nina speaks up. Honestly, it's kind of awkward. I tilt my head. Awkward how? She hesitates. They're being weirdly obedient. Like yesterday, I asked Ben for help with a database query. Normally, he'd just come over and show me. Yesterday, he sent me a link to documentation and said, read this. He wouldn't talk to me. I instantly try to flip it. That's empowering. It pushes self-sufficiency. Nina frowns. Yeah, but it took me 3 hours. He could have explained it in like 5 minutes. I keep smiling, even though I can feel the room cooling. Self-reliance is key, Nina. She looks down at her salad like it's suddenly fascinating. I can feel Faith slipping out of the room, but I'm too deep to stop, because now the men have figured out how to weaponize it. They're not just silent, they're strategically silent. Accounting guy, Derek, is the worst. He literally shows up on Tuesdays with a little chalkboard that says vow of silence. Wears it around his neck like it's a costume. If you ask him anything, he writes the answer out in slow motion, then waits for you to read it, then erases it with this smug little flourish. I catch him smirking while he wipes it clean. They're mocking me, but I'm not cracking. Week 4 hits, and I'm running on stress and spite. Evan is on my case constantly. Investors are asking questions now, like why commit velocity is down around 20% this month? Why output metrics look weird? I need a win. Tuesday afternoon, everything goes sideways. I'm in the server room with Gabe and a junior dev, Kelsey. Something is wrong with the main production database. Customers are tweeting that the app is down, support tickets stacking up like bodies. Gabe is at the terminal, calm as a monk, typing commands, eyes glued to the screen. Kelsey is panicking. I don't know what's happening. The logs are gibberish. Door slams open. Evan rushes in, hair messy, face red. What is going on? We're losing like 12 grand a minute right now. He turns to Gabe. Gabe, fix it. Gabe keeps typing, not speaking. Evan points at Kelsey. Explain to her what to do so she can help you. Gabe finally looks up, turns his head toward the wall calendar, points at the date, Tuesday, then turns right back to the terminal. Evan's face goes purple. Screw the Tuesday. Talk, damn it. Gabe pauses, opens a text editor on the screen like he's drafting a legal brief, types slowly so everyone can see it. Policy forbids verbal communication except for critical emergencies. Evan practically yells, "This is a critical emergency." Gabe types again. Define critical. No one is dying. Data is safe. It is unavailable, not destroyed. I step forward, jaw tight. Gabe, stop playing games. Just fix it. He doesn't look at me. Types again, still maddeningly calm. I am fixing it. Typing is slow. Would be faster if I could coordinate with Kelsey. But rules are rules. He's holding the whole company hostage and he knows it. Gabe clearly understands the issue, but he refuses to say the fix out loud because the rules say the junior has to do the talking. Kelsey is basically trembling, eyes shiny like she's about to cry. Gabe, please, just tell me what to grep for. She says it out loud, voice cracking. He doesn't even react to the plea, just sends her another Slack message. She alt-tabs, reads it, alt-tabs back, types a command, wrong, error pops up. Gabe sighs, the one sound he's allowed, apparently types another message, repeat, over and over. It turns into this insane ritual. Alt-tab, read, type, fail, alt-tab, read, type, for like 20 straight minutes. 20 minutes of production down. My brain is doing the math without permission. That's hundreds of thousands gone, maybe more. Finally, the system crawls back online, graphs start recovering, support pings slow down. Evan is shaking with adrenaline. He stares right at me like I'm on trial. My office, tomorrow morning. Then he storms out. Gabe takes his headphones off, looks at me for the first time like I'm a person. And he finally speaks voice rough, like he hasn't used it in weeks. You wanted us to listen, Emma. We're listening. We're listening to the sound of revenue falling. Then he just packs his bag like it's a normal day and walks out. I'm standing there boiling. They didn't just comply, they weaponized it. They let it burn to prove a point. And somehow, I'm the one who looks insane. Thursday afternoon, I'm at my desk drafting what I'm calling my defense strategy, trying to pick words that sound calm and confident, figuring out how to frame the outage like it wasn't sabotage. Then the fire alarm goes off, full blaring siren, strobe lights flashing like a club. I shoot up, grab my bag on instinct, move into the hallway, and immediately smell it. Smoke, real smoke, not burnt popcorn, not a drill. People start pouring out of rooms, panic hits like a wave. I head for the east stairwell, and there's a crowd jammed up in front of the door, mostly engineering guys standing there, not moving, no one shouting directions, no one yelling, doors stuck, or go back. Just a cluster of men staring at phones, thumbs moving, typing into the emergency Slack channel. I push forward. Move, go. There's smoke. I get to the front. Gabe is there, closest to the handle. He's staring at it like it's a puzzle. It's jammed, he says calmly, like he's commenting on the weather. I snap. Then say it to everyone behind you. They're pushing. He gives this tiny shrug, not Tuesday, but habit. He's mocking me in a literal fire. And the worst part is he's right. My policy trained them to disconnect and wait for text instead of reacting like humans. So I do the only thing left. I scream, as loud as I can. Everyone turn around. The door is jammed. Go to the west stairs. My voice cracks halfway through. I sound hysterical, like a stereotype. The guys look at me, then slowly start turning. Orderly, silent, like robots switching routes. We funnel toward the other stairwell. We get outside into the parking lot. Cold air hits my lungs and I start coughing. Fire trucks roll up, lights flashing. Turns out it's a small electrical fire in the break room. Nothing catastrophic, but enough smoke to make the point. I'm standing there wheezing. Evan finds me. Are you okay? I cough and point back at the building. The door was jammed. Nobody said anything. They just stood there. Evan looks past me at the engineering cluster, all of them standing silent together like a herd. He lowers his voice. "You broke them, Emma." It lands like a slap. "I was trying to make them allies," I say automatically. Evan shakes his head. "No, you were trying to make them irrelevant. And now they act like it." I look over at Gabe. He's checking his watch like we're waiting for a table at a restaurant, totally unbothered. He catches my eye, doesn't smile, doesn't scowl, just indifferent. That hurts more than anger ever could. Hate means I matter. Indifference means I'm just noise in the system. Friday morning, meeting with Evan. He doesn't even raise his voice. He looks exhausted, like he aged a year in a week. "Emma, the board met last night." I start talking fast. "I can explain the outage. Gabe was being passive-aggressive and—" He holds up a hand. "It doesn't matter whose fault the specifics are. The culture is toxic." He flips through papers like he's reading a death certificate. "We have 3 complaints from sales claiming hostile work environment. We lost key accounts. Engineering is threatening to unionize." Then he slides a document across the desk. "Severance, 2 weeks' pay. Sign it and go." My stomach drops. 2 weeks? I've been here almost 3 years. Evan doesn't blink. "You cost us a few million in a month. Take the 2 weeks." My hands are shaking when I pick up the pen. I sign because I don't have power anymore. I try one last line, voice bitter. "You're making a mistake. You're silencing a progressive voice." He says it flat. "I'm silencing a liability. Goodbye, Emma." I pack a box, the sad cardboard walk of shame, walk through the open office. It's Friday, no ban, everyone could be loud again, but nobody talks to me, not one joke, not one comment, just eyes sliding away like I'm a stain. As I pass engineering, I hear laughter. I glance over, and there's Gabe, sitting with Sarah and Kelsey, pointing at a screen, actually animated, hands moving, talking like a normal human being. Sarah is laughing. "Oh my God, that makes so much sense. Why didn't we do that earlier?" Gabe answers, voice clear, carrying over the desks. "Because we were waiting for the noise to clear." He's talking about code, but he's also talking about me. He sees me. The smile drops off his face instantly. The whole little group goes quiet. They just watch me walk by, 30 pairs of eyes following me to the elevator. No catcalls, no interruptions, no mansplaining, just pure, indifferent silence. Elevator doors close. My reflection stares back at me in the brushed metal. I look exhausted. I look smaller than I remember. I got exactly what I demanded. Men who won't speak to me. And it's the loneliest feeling I've ever had. 6 months later. I'm unemployed. Rent past due. Living in a shared place in Alameda with 3 creatives who pay bills with vibes. Spending mornings applying to nonprofits that offer fulfillment instead of money. I'm in a coffee shop. 2 guys at the next table are talking code. One of them is loud, interrupting, passionate. Old me would have rolled my eyes. Old me would have posted a thread about male entitlement. Current me just sips my latte and listens because at least they're building something. Phone buzzes, LinkedIn notification, Gabe got promoted to CTO. There's an article attached, a headline about radical focus and asynchronous workflows, saving a fintech unicorn. He took the silence idea, tweaked it, made it Focus Tuesdays. No meetings, just coding, stripped out the gender war, sold it as efficiency, and now he's a hero. I close my laptop, stare out the window. The world keeps making noise, and I'm finally quiet.